Liverpool are set for a huge summer ahead. With multiple key stars on the verge of departing Anfield, big investment is needed in order to fill the gaps left behind, while also trying to improve the squad. Modern-day financial rules make dealing in the market much more tricky, so any financial increase is a huge boost for any club. In today's video, we have some huge Liverpool news as the club are set to receive a surprising 9-figure windfall amid latest developments. We will look into this in today's video, whilst also going over all the latest Liverpool news from the last 24 hours. There is so much to discuss in today's video, so be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. But first, Curtis Jones has responded to critics who say he holds onto the ball for too long, explaining why it is an asset to his game. The 24-year-old impressed for England on Friday night as they eased to a 2-0 win at home to Albania. Jones has become an excellent squad player for Liverpool, but some feel he is guilty of not releasing the ball quickly enough and slowing play down. Speaking to The Athletic, Jones displayed his self-confidence, explaining why he feels it is a beneficial attribute to have. "I've been criticised for staying on the ball a bit too long," Jones said, "but that's because I have so much trust in my ability. I wouldn't want to just have the ball, get pressed, and then give it to somebody else who has to handle being pressed. I'd rather keep hold of the ball because I'm comfortable and slow the game down. If I can attract two guys and then release the ball, it gives somebody else more time on the ball who maybe isn't as comfortable on it. That's what I try and do. You have to have an understanding of knowing each guy you're playing alongside." Jones may have his critics, but one thing that cannot be denied is how confident he is of his own ability. His self-assured nature has been evident since his youth team days at Liverpool, with a midfielder possessing a swagger. Jones has added defensive and tactical maturity to his game under both Jurgen Klopp and Arne Slot, however, and now looks more complete than ever. Supporters are likely to be split over whether keeping hold of possession for too long is an asset or not, but his explanation makes sense. Jones is among the most press-resistant Liverpool players currently, with his 94.3% completion rate the best in the squad in the Premier League this season. That's barring Jadon Danns, who has a 100% success rate over just 10 minutes of action. At 24, Jones is still a young player too, so his game should only become more polished as the years pass and his peak arrives. Now in some huge Liverpool news. Liverpool are set to receive a surprising 9-figure cash windfall, as Liverpool may have suffered defeat to Paris Saint-Germain to exit the Champions League's last 16, but the Reds still banked a significant fee for their efforts. Liverpool are already all but guaranteed to enter next season's Champions League via their Premier League finish, though in reality they are champions-elect. Taking part in the Champions League is worth a considerable amount to the club, and that is summed up by the huge fees earned from their 2024/25 campaign. According to The Athletic's Chris Weatherspoon, Liverpool are set to be paid an estimated £83.7 million for their participation. This includes a number of revenue sources not limited to their performance, though 7 league phase wins and a place in the last 16 were worth a significant chunk of that. That is more than any other English club in this season's Champions League, despite Aston Villa reaching the quarter-finals, where they will face PSG. Having topped the inaugural league phase, Liverpool were widely considered among the favourites to win the Champions League outright, but their place in the table saw them drawn against one of the strongest teams in the tournament in PSG, who knocked Arne Slot's side out on penalties after a 1-1 aggregate draw. While the aim is naturally to win the competition, there is a considerable benefit to Liverpool simply entering the Champions League season in, season out. There was clear evidence of this as the club posted a £57 million loss in their latest accounts, having spent the 2023-24 season in the Europa League. Liverpool saw a £38 million drop in media revenue for the previous campaign, which should increase massively in their 2024/25 financial results. Slot and his players know they will win the Premier League with 5 wins from their remaining 9 games, while they need 8 points before they are mathematically guaranteed top 4 and a Champions League place. Now in other news, Liverpool supporters can breathe a sigh of relief, with Alisson confirming that he is fine after suffering a nasty injury on international duty. The Reds' number 1 collided with Davinson Sanchez in a horrible collision during Brazil's 2-1 win over Luis Diaz's Colombia on Thursday. Alisson suffered a suspected concussion after the incident. He was subsequently forced to leave the pitch in the 78th minute and has returned to Liverpool for further treatment. With Red supporters keeping their fingers crossed that Arne Slot's players return from international duty unscathed, there has been understandable concern regarding the Brazilian. Thankfully, Alisson has allayed any fears about an injury layoff once the Premier League returns, sending a message on Instagram. "Hey guys, just to let you know I'm fine," Alisson wrote. "Just have to follow the protocols. Thanks for the messages." This is a big relief for Liverpool, who have already had to make do without Alisson for 2 months this season, following a hamstring injury picked up at Crystal Palace in October. While Coleman Kelleher was a reliable deputy in that period, the influence of Alisson is arguably incomparable to any goalkeeper in the world. For that reason, having him fit and available for the title run-in is a major boost, with Slot's side facing 9 more games this season. Hopefully, Alisson won't be required to bail Liverpool out too often between now and May, but his sheer presence gives the Reds a different aura. Finally, despite concerning comments from Virgil van Dijk in recent weeks, Liverpool are said to remain confident their captain will eventually sign a new contract. Van Dijk has sparked concern among fans with his recent updates on talks over a new contract, telling reporters earlier this month that he could run his current deal down before any agreement is reached. That of course leads to an increased possibility of a free transfer elsewhere, with Paris Saint-Germain among the clubs linked. But Liverpool remain confident their number 4 will put pen to paper on an extension, according to The Athletic's David Ornstein in a Q&A on Thursday. The journalist was questioned on speculation surrounding an offer from PSG, with claims of a €100 million package already refuted by ESPN's Julien Lauren. All parties are playing down Van Dijk to PSG, Ornstein explained. Liverpool remain confident that he will extend at Anfield. This should come as encouraging news after the disquiet of late, with sources within the club clearly still convinced a breakthrough will be reached. Hopefully the same applies to Mohamed Salah, of whom Ornstein writes Liverpool have been optimistic for some time that they will reach an agreement with. Ultimately, they want Salah to stay, and there is a belief that he is happy and would like the same, he added. Now, of course, the numbers will need to be right on what we think is a proposed 2-year extension, and clearly that has not been easy, but there has so far been nothing to indicate talks have stopped or are not moving in a positive direction. But that is all for today's video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. We post all the latest Liverpool news every day, so join our fast growing community so you never miss out. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video.